As a college student, I really don't understand how some people like on campus don't eat lunch. Like I asked some of my friends like, oh, what did you have for lunch? And they're like, oh, like a bar or like a sandwich. It's like, bro, like I need a real meal. Good morning, guys. As you can see, I am starting the vlog in one of my favorite places in the house, which is the kitchen. Now you might be like, Danny, why do you like the kitchen so much? I like the kitchen because the kitchen has food and it's where food is made, and I love food. In today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys what I eat in a day as a college student. The reason I wanna make this video is because I wanna show you guys that even though you're in college and you're like really busy doing stuff all the time, you should not develop bad eating habits, and you can still develop like a really healthy or balanced eating lifestyle. Like honestly with me, I don't eat healthy like 100% of the time, but I will say that I do eat really balanced. I have 3 meals a day and I'm always like really satisfied. I don't know why, but for some reason, some people in college develop like really bad eating habits. They get like really stressed out. They start eating junk food like 24/7. That's really easy to avoid. I completely understand if like you don't go all out and meal prep. Meal prepping takes a lot of time, that's why I don't do it, but at least have like an idea of like when you're gonna eat throughout the day. My first meal of the day is obviously breakfast, which I make right here at home because I don't have to be on campus till later. I keep it really simple. I always eat eggs in the morning along with bread, and I always like to have one protein for breakfast. Today's protein is gonna be sausage. Today's video is sponsored by Seoul Sisters Kimchi Korean Seasoning. I'm gonna be using this seasoning throughout the day because not only does it make my food taste a lot better, but it's also super healthy. It has probiotics, it's vegan, gluten-free, it's non-GMO. Like this is literally the perfect seasoning for any type of food. All right, enough vlogging. It's time to cook myself some breakfast. Here we have my amazing breakfast. I will try to self-critique myself in a very non-biased way. First off, the eggs. I like my eggs fried. Let's see how it tastes. I would give them like a 7 because they're not bad, but they could be better. Now let's move on to the bread. As you can see, I like my bread a little bit burnt and really crispy, so let's see it. The bread deserves an 8 out of 10 because I do think I burned it a little bit just too much today. Now the last thing, the sausage with the kimchi seasoning. Let's see it. No doubt, 10 out of 10. Alright, so second meal of the day here on campus is my lunch. As a college student, I really don't understand how some people like on campus don't eat lunch. Like I asked some of my friends like, oh, what did you have for lunch? And they're like, oh, like a bar or like a sandwich. It's like, bro, like I need a real meal. People like to come up with these excuses of like why they can't sit down and have a meal when they're on campus. Listen, on campus, you have the food court, you have the dining hall, you could bring a meal from your own house. There really is no excuse to why you're not eating right, especially when you're on campus. Today for me, I decided to go to the food court and grab this amazing meal. And of course, to make it even better, I'm about to use the kimchi seasoning. Time to do my unbiased food review. Let's see how good this is. First, let's start with the beef. 10 out of 10. Now let's move on to the noodles. They were like really plain at first, so I decided to use the seasoning. With the seasoning, let's see how this tastes. I would give it a 15 out of 10. The great thing about the seasoning is that it's really easy to carry, so I can just throw it in my backpack and take it with me anywhere and use it to make my eating experience a lot better. So right now it's just that time of the day when I'm just straight up starving. But you see, the issue is that I can't sit down and have dinner because I have a class like in a couple of minutes. One of the things that I hate is when I have a class that directly coincides with my eating schedule, because that means that I can't eat and I have to stay hungry. And I don't know if I've made it significant enough, but I am a big meal guy. I love having a large dinner. So as bad as it might sound, I'd rather starve now just a little bit, so that when I'm out of class, I can enjoy my dinner. Also, hydration is important throughout the day. I mean, just look at this water bottle. It's like the size of my head. So I got home after a really long day, changed up a little, and guess what? I am starving. One of the perks about living at home when you're in college is that sometimes my parents cook for me. Today though, I'm actually home alone, so I gotta be cooking for myself. For today's dinner session, I'm gonna make it really, really simple and cook myself some ravioli. But to make the ravioli even better, I'm gonna be using the kimchi seasoning, because at the end of the day, you can really use this on anything. You guys saw that I use it for breakfast, for lunch, but now it's time to use it for dinner. You guys know I'm also really, really big on salads, so that's why I'm also gonna be making myself a salad. We have the most important part of any salad, which are the croutons. Then we have the lettuce, which is not that important. We have some cheese, we have peppers, we have cucumber, we have some dressing, and of course, I'm gonna be using the kimchi seasoning on my salad as well. So let me shut up and get cooking. So I finally made my dinner. Now it's time for my unbiased food critique. First up, I'm gonna try the pasta. The pasta gets a score of 8 out of 10. With the seasoning, it really does give it like a new taste. Usually when I eat pasta, it tastes the same like all the time. But with the kimchi seasoning, it tastes like really, really good. Now it's time to try my very famous salad. Let's see how it goes. The salad deserves a 12 out of 10. Usually salad, even sometimes with dressing, it's like really, really bland. But with the seasoning, it like kicks in the flavor. Like this thing actually tastes like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like just a really good taste. So like, it feels like if your taste buds are being activated for the first time. Overall though, the kimchi seasoning by Seoul Sisters deserves a 15 out of 10. I used it today for every meal and it made every meal taste amazing. But guys, even though in this video you've only been seeing me eat, it's actually been a really, really long day. I just wanna lay back, enjoy my dinner, take a shower, go to bed. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. That is it for me, but always remember to stay hydrated.